Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a fast-paced, totally fascinating social experiment that pushes the absolute limits of extreme wealth, perceived value, and human perception itself. We're looking at a huge viral challenge from Mr. Beast, and we're going to break down exactly how real people react when literally thousands of dollars are put right there on their plate.
So, picture this for a second. You're handed a single serving of everyday food, the kind of thing you could normally buy with the spare change rattling around in your pocket. But instead, this specific bite costs an astronomical $10,000. It's almost hard to even wrap your head around what a $10,000 bite of food would even consist of, right?
And that brings us to the $10,000 question. Could you actually taste the difference? We're going to explore whether throwing a massive price tag at a dish guarantees a superior sensory experience, or if our taste buds are actually super easy to fool. Are we truly tasting the ingredients, or are we just tasting the price tag?
Part 1. The Extreme Taste Test.
Okay, so we're framing this viral challenge as a strict, hypothesis-driven social experiment to see what actually happens when regular people are suddenly subjected to extreme luxury. The methodology here is incredibly direct. First, contestants eat completely blind. Then, they compare a $1 version to a $10,000 version side by side. Finally, they have to guess which is the crazy expensive item based entirely on taste. It is a pure, unadulterated test of quality versus cost.
Part 2. The Pizza Confirmation.
Let's start with our first test subject, Chandler, who steps up for the pizza round. Now, this is a test that perfectly confirms basically every inherent assumption we have about money and quality. The second he tries the first slice, he gives this highly censorious, glowing review, literally saying it melted like butter in his mouth. He lets us know right away that this slice is rich, delicious, and undeniably something special.
But then, he bites into the second slice, and it is just pure disgust. Chandler immediately complains that it's tough and terrible. It gets so bad that his fellow contestant, Jalen, even jumps in to warn him not to spit it up, boldly claiming that whatever he's chewing on doesn't even taste like pizza at all. It's just an immediate, visceral rejection of the food.
And honestly, this just brilliantly illustrates the contrast. Chandler easily guesses correctly because the cheap pizza was practically inedible. It was hard to chew, gross, terrible. Meanwhile, the expensive slice completely lived up to the $10,000 hype. So in this round, extreme money directly correlated with extreme quality. The system makes sense, right?
Part 3. The Cake Plot Twist.
But hold on to that thought because the experiment is about to flip the script entirely. A new contestant is brought in for the dessert round. She's standing there holding a slice of cake in each hand, completely blind to which one holds the massive price tag. So, $1 cake in one hand, $10,000 cake in the other. Exact same setup as the pizza test, but we are about to see a wildly different outcome.
She takes a bite of one of the slices, thinks about it for a second, and gives a remarkably lukewarm review. She finds it perfectly fine, saying, it's not bad, but she confidently assumes she's eating the cheap $1 version. There are no fireworks here, no melting like butter, just a totally average piece of cake.
And here is the massive twist delivered right after she makes her guess. As Mr. Beast reveals to her that completely average-tasting bite she just took, that was actually the $10,000 culinary masterpiece. Her palate registered an astronomically expensive, luxurious dessert as nothing more than a gas station dollar pastry.
Part 4. The Final Verdict.
So, what does this all mean for our conclusion about whether sky-high prices actually dictate objective quality? Well, mapping out the results, we're looking at a striking split decision. With the pizza, extreme wealth absolutely bought a viscerally better product. The $10,000 slice was the clear winner, exactly as we'd expect. But then you look at the cake. That identical massive price tag completely failed to elevate the cake above a $1 alternative in a blind taste test. The supposed unbreakable link between money and quality just completely fell apart.
Which leaves us with a truly fascinating final thought. If a $10,000 cake can taste exactly like a $1 cake when you don't actually know the price, how much of our enjoyment is based purely on the label? The next time you find yourself paying a premium for something, you really have to ask yourself, are you truly tasting the difference, or is all that value just an illusion in your head? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you some real food for thought.